What do you say, Kay?
No, don't. I'm chewing.
Katie's got something unusual. Something that mice like. Are you a mouse?
I don't think mice often eat sheep's cheese.
I'm literally like...
It's bothering you much more than it's bothering me.
That's because you're eating it. I'm being really good, and I'm on a
Fig diet.
I'm on fruit and veg. Basically, the idea is to be, you know, no manufactured foods sort of thing.
This is like one of those shaming videos with cats, isn't it?
No, it isn't.
It's like this is supposed to be like a thing around my neck saying I'm Katie and I ate cheese.
We mustn't feel bad for food. This is the number one thing, or anything, or drugs, or whatever, because everyone's got their reasons for doing stuff. But anyway, no, I was just gonna say like how much I really want the cheese. You know, it's like I've been basically that block of cheese has been there since Christmas. It's about a month now, and like every time I go in the food thing, it's like staring at me because it's the only thing that isn't fruit and veg and natural foods. You know. I've been like,
But I haven't, and I just felt today it was the right time to eat it.
Look at that sun. Oh, sorry, I just have to like show you the sun because it's the sun and it's like, I want
It's a
sun.
very rare occurrence.
That
That looks really nice.
I definitely want sun more than I want cheese, you know, like certain things that sort of feed the soul, you know, and make you feel positive. Like making music, being out in nature. That's for me anyway, you know. Yeah, so I just wanted to say that I'm doing a they say dry January, don't they? Dry January with alcohol, you know. But I'm doing a no manufactured foods. Try 1 month, just see how that feels, you know. But as my mate said, it's not far off what I normally do anyway. But I just wanted to experiment, you know, and I think that's the thing. It's like learning to experiment and try things out, you know. But you need more than a couple of days for something to affect you. So we're on this nice little journey across half of England in our little van. Lots of love to you people, lots of love. And yeah. Do you need me to show us where we're going now, don't you?
Ideally, it would be helpful.
Right. Okay. Hello. This is. Well, I'll just continue from the last video anyway.
Yeah.
Katie wants to say
a bit
something.
earlier in the video, I was eating some sheep's cheese that we've had there for quite a while, and I just want to say again, like, these things are drugs. You know, it sounds ridiculous to people, but so be it. But, you know, like, as soon as I started eating the cheese, I could feel the drugging effect of it. It's quite nice, you know, it's a bit like numbing. It makes you feel like everything's alright and stuff. But it's like these foods are having almost a psychoactive effect on our systems, and they're not helping us realise where we're actually at. And you know, I think it's partly because the sheep or the cows or whatever aren't giving their milk freely. You know, they're in a slave situation where they have no choice. Their milk is just taken, like their babies are taken to produce the milk. And I just feel like it's to do with the energetic imprint of that. You know, it's an abusive system, and I feel like crap actually after eating that cheese now. It's like it's nice to start off with, but then it's like I feel sick, I feel a bit headachy, you know, like I know that it's had an effect on my brain chemistry. I mean, we do eat very, very cleanly generally, so I think, you know, obviously I'm very aware of how different foods affect me, and if I was eating a load of other stuff I might not realise in the big mixture of things. But it concerns me that so many people are eating these foods day in, day out without even actually realising the effect that it's having on their biochemistry, you know, like the dopamine levels, all of these different things.
Yeah, out of balance and out of whack is the thing that's going on, isn't it, for people?
The dairy and the cheese, like so many people make a beeline for those aisles in the supermarket, and you know, I just feel like we all need to be more aware of what we're doing. It's not saying don't do these things, I just say to try and be aware of it. You know, if you stop having these things for a while and then have it and see the difference that it makes. And I suppose, like for myself, I just feel a bit flat because I feel like I've been a bit hoodwinked again. You know, I really thought I was alright to eat it then, but the good thing about eating it just by itself is that you realise what it's doing. You know, if it's in with a cocktail of loads of other things, you're not quite sure what has done what. So I think that's it basically. Sorry, I'm yawning my head off as well. I don't think that's the cheese, that's because of a late night, but... But I could feel the drug effect of it immediately.
You feel the drug effect, yeah, I do with cheese as well. I mean, many people do, but I think we just love it so much that we don't kind of...
You don't want to believe that there's an issue with it, you know, that's what it is for me. I don't want to believe there's an issue with it because I like it, I like the taste.
Sorry, I'm a bit in the dark at the moment. I was just going to say about how we've not... many of us who are really earnestly want to do the healing on the earth, and we really want positive changes, and we're really sort of earnest with it, and some of us are even, you know, like me and Mike, maybe a little bit almost too tenacious with it at times, you know, but it's just we want to see positive change, you know, and it was the realisation before that there's a lot of respect for what we're doing, and that we need to respect ourselves, because, you know, a lot of the people that I know who are really trying to wake up have put a lot of effort into this, you know, they want it a lot, and it's a sacred journey, you know, it's a sacred journey of healing and understanding and evolution, you know. And I guess what I was trying to say is that because me and Katie, we've gone through experiences ourselves, and many of you, where we lost respect for ourselves, or, you know, didn't feel good enough or unworthy, or all these things, and the message from the higher level of things is that we need to respect ourselves, you know, and help empower and understand and give love to those other people. Right there.
Yeah, sorry, go on, carry on.
To help them see the good that they're doing, you know, the good that they've done and that they're doing. Because like me, I don't see it, you know, I've never really boosted myself, and the thing is we're not talking about having a big ego, but we're talking about that our negative ego, is getting in the way of the soul work, because if we don't respect ourselves enough, then we're not going to really take ourselves seriously enough to actually do the work, to start to step into our power and do the work.
The thing with it as well is understanding that at the highest levels there is massive amounts of respect for all of us, like at a soul level, for the paths that we're walking, the experiences that we're having, the difficult seas that we're navigating, you know, because like when I was bringing through my higher self before to help you, all I felt from those parts of me was massive love and respect for all aspects of you. And that's the thing, you know, if we don't, you know, like in the truth of ourselves, we have massive respect for ourselves and everybody and all that is. So if we're not bringing that to ourselves at an earth level, it's part of our learning, it's part of what we need to learn, that we have to respect and love ourselves, on our journey and each other, of course.
And of course, certain experiences that we went through within our life led us to have these, these shaming things. And oh dear, that's not really going to work, is it? I was trying to get some light on for the video there. And ways of being which ultimately hindered and held us back, I can't do it, which is annoying because I wanted to get some light in here to the video.
And that's just going to be a bright light at me, but if you turn it around at you, you should be lit up.
Oh, right, for me.
Yeah. I don't know if I can quite hold it, but I will in a second.
Here's our little fire. We're just cooking some fish there. This is some fish. How's that look?
Yeah, that's okay.
So you've got a very noisy fire right beside me at the moment. So, there's a lot of us have the inability to sort of see clearly just how important we may be in the puzzle of life, So, for instance, I had this thing when I was younger about being big-headed, and that, you don't want to be big-headed. So that would become a block then to me realising on these levels that maybe I do have a special gift to bring, just like everyone does, we all have a special gift to bring. And the more we can, like Dan the man was saying, Life Regenerator, the more we can let go and go past those blocks, of self-doubt and all the different things, and just let go into our truth, the better, really.
So it's a bit like having a spotlight on you, isn't it, with this?
Yeah. How's that look in the video?
Looks alright, apart from you looking a bit awkward about it.
Well, never mind. So I've been trying to breathe and just slow down, because I'm aware I'm very in my mind a lot, and I need to reclaim the energy within this body. I need to move more and let the chi flow, because everything's been very solid and held, which the flexibility brings. The flexibility is like the power of the earth, this flexible moving energy is what we are, we flow. So, and I've been trying to deep breathe as well, because the deep breathing again is flow, and the whole idea of course is to enter into a very calm state where you're not overly pulled by anxieties and fears, but you're not avoiding them either. That calmness almost surrounds everything. The calm feeling surrounds everything, So me and Katie were trying to come together and sort of bring our energy together and get rid of distractions a minute and figure out what was needed in this moment, and what things aren't we seeing, what aren't we seeing that matters right now. And Katie went to some of my childhood. She was aware of that as well, weren't you, Kay? And the blocks that are there from that. So.
It's also understanding that while there are still wounds that haven't been brought enough healing, we are losing out on part of our energy source, in a way. Part of our soul energy. It's like if we should normally operate with 6 batteries and we've got 3 batteries missing from a particular time in our lives that was too painful for us to integrate. We're working at half power.
Yeah, it's almost like these cut-off parts of psyche start to happen.
I think that's why sometimes when people get quite old, that things like dementia and Alzheimer's and things like this, you know, it's like the soul of the person gets so thin because there's been so many traumas and hurts and illnesses or accidents or grief or all of these things. If these experiences aren't integrated, we lose parts of our soul energy until we can heal and gather them back in again.
A lot of the time there can be unconscious resentments or unconscious things that hold us back, and all we're asking is the light of consciousness to shine on them.
Sorry, I was worried about knocking the herbal tea off the thing. Sorry, domestic chaos.
So anyway, the main thing that's come up just recently is the need to really get in one's own power, and more so as in meditation and being within one's energy, being in your energy body, and finding that centre, that neutral centred place, because that is what was needed. The darker energies on the planet are working on chaos, you know, and creating friction and just madness everywhere. So but a lot of us here, I think this message is to those people, you know, who are very earnest and very, you know, they just want to wake up. They want to see the truth. They just want to do what's right. You know, they just want to follow their path, their soul instincts, and they don't want to go back because they've seen the fruits of what it is to heal, what it is to eat well, you know, what it is to not be in depression anymore, what it is to see life in everything and see beauty everywhere, you know, and that there's so much possibility that it's given them that drive, you know, to carry on. And you know, so my message with it is that it's such a shame that it's cooking all through this thing.
Sorry, it's going to burn as well.
Yeah, maybe it's just...
Yeah, keep talking, just keep hold of it and go on, Alan.
Yeah, no, I just meant the noise of it as well. Coming out
but that's alright. We're living in a world that isn't perfect, and we're all just doing the best we can in any given moment, really. So I'm sure people can forgive us for the noise of cooking food.
So the point is that this is like cheers to all you brave souls, you know, to all you people who, you know, everyone is deserving of love, but it's especially to you guys because you need it, because we need you in your power, you know, right now we need you in your power, because the earth is really, the people, you know, there's so much imbalance and there's so much that chaos going on, you know.
And the thing is, like, everybody's path is important.
Everybody's path is important.
As well.
But because, it's just,
everybody is important, like wherever they are on the path, every little bit of healing anybody does helps the collective, it helps all of us. So it's like, you know, it is a deep thanks to everybody for any work that they do to try and heal themselves or the planet or
that's it.
Anything really.
But my message was out, and that's really true, you know, my message is out to those people, you know, who are, because there's a lot of things holding them back at times, you know, and they need the courage to move forward, you know. It's the understanding that a lot of us are here with a special mission to bring, you know, and and to not feel like that's being big-headed, you know.
No.
But it's more than that. But I'm quite not really staying with what I need to. I'm losing it a bit, you know.
I'm sorry. I know I'm not helping, but I'd started doing this before you started. So.
I'll just pause it there a minute. So there are many of us here who are half empowered, or you know, you can't really say how empowered someone is, but you know, who are still struggling a bit, but are half there. Many of you may not realise how much you actually have to bring. Is the point of the message.
Yeah,
that's the point of the message. It's like me and Katie, we're not realising it a lot, you know, because of these things, because of the, partly because of the conditioning, you know.
Most of us have had deep self-doubt conditioning done to us. This is going to be piercingly light, I suppose, because of the light on my head. But, you know, most of us have been undermined and made to doubt ourselves right through our lives, from childhood and everything as well. So undoing that and actually realising our truth again is very powerful. What are you on with?
Realised I can probably fix this quite quick.
Oh right, okay. This
Sorry.
is you know, the fantastic polished videos that you get off everybody. I'm afraid, well no, I'm not afraid, because I feel like it's very important for us to be real and true in what we do. So it's kind of like the warts and all thing, you know. You're not going to get fancy intro videos from us and things like that. This is our reality. So
have you probably seen my face now, I suppose?
yeah, it looks good.
Oh, that's good. It's nice to see people's face, because you know what's actually going on and what they're really trying to say. So it's a very special gift to be here at this time, you know, and we are very lucky. But of course, because some of us are really struggling, it's hard to really feel that. But I've reached a place, luckily, where I'm starting to feel a bit more at times, you know, like, wow, you know, I know where I'm at, and wow, like if I just keep doing this, it's going to feel really good, because I'm finding my centre, and I'm finding... So that's a great feeling, you know, especially for the people who've been down in the dumps, in a really difficult place, you know. So we do all have a magical gift to bring here, and for instance, like me with my music, is very powerful, and there's been a lot of sabotage with it, you know, and there's fear with it, of breaking through the layers and becoming the ultimate, you know, the ultimate version of myself, the empowered, the light flowing, you know, the energy moving, and that's what it's all about, you know. And not many people really reach that level where they can truly really let go and say, God, I'm really in my flow, you know. But these blocks that we have, where we feel inadequate or whatever, all these different blocks, they're not true. You know, it's beautiful, you know, like for instance how you can see beauty in something else or someone else, you know. You can see beauty. Katie?
Sorry, my hand's getting tired down here on both of them. If you can just keep holding it, because you can be seen now.
We can see beauty in other people and the way they are. Yeah, so we have a lot to bring here, basically. And it's a very special gift to be here. So, yeah, we're unique individuals who have a lot to bring to the planet. And just how you can see beauty in other people and you think, wow, they're amazing, you know. But we don't see it in ourselves, you know. We're lacking that ability to see, and I think that's what's needed, you know. We need to be able to work. Working in groups is good, you know, working one-to-one, you know, two people, and being able to help each other see the truth in each other, you know, because it's very hard to see it in yourself on your own, you know. Very hard to see it, isn't it?
We're all prone to getting lost and not seeing the truth or the beauty of ourselves. You know, every now and then you might get a glimpse of it and realise how true or how pure your soul is and your intentions are. But then we get swamped again. We get swamped by the patterns. We get swamped by other people's projections on us, etc.
And so when I'm saying about, because it sounds like it's about you, you know, as if this is about you and your ego, and it's not, because you're supposed to see the beauty in you, because it's what life and the universe is. But it gets confused, you know, and we end up thinking it's all about us, if that makes sense. But it's meant to be about you in
a good way, in
yeah,
a true way.
so it's interesting that, you know, because in order to bring and shine the light of truth, you know, that is what you are, you know, you are that truth.
We are all source, we are all an aspect of the divine, so, you know, it's okay for that to be acknowledged.